Hey, how you guys doing? Hope you had a good day in the markets today. I got two trades to go over with you guys, two very different trades. But before that, if you like the content, if you like the videos, please like, subscribe, leave me some feedback. That being said, we'll just jump right into it. First trade I'm going to go over with is Shake Shack. You look here on the daily, Shake Shack had a big earnings push the day before yesterday. Yesterday, I mean. And so that being said, it was on my watch list. It's on my charts to watch for continuations or pullbacks. So watching the stock earlier today, I wasn't watching it right off the open. I was focusing on other things, but watching it, I saw an opportunity to take it short. I'm going to show you right now. Obviously a great time to take it short would have been the break of this range here on the pullback, or the break of VWAP in this little consolidation range. But unfortunately, I wasn't looking at it at that time. So the thing that caught my eye, and so I'm going to walk you through it right now, is something I've heard other traders refer to stock patterns as is like levels, or in my head, for whatever reason, I think of them as shelves, right? Top shelf, bottom shelf, whatever, etc. Or levels is fine. So here, the thing that caught my eye was obviously it sold off. Shake Shack sold off, right? Based here, and it bounced, right? So it went from a lower level to a higher level, right? But once it got to this higher level, it was stalling out, wasn't going anywhere, had this little consolidation area. And so with that being said, you look for it to break that consolidation and step back down to a lower level. Well, if a stock steps to a higher level, stalls out, and comes back down to a lower level, that's a pretty bearish sign. It's rarely going to go up, come down, and then go back up to a level like that. So in this situation, I was watching it. It based here, bounced up to this level. And then, I also have my little patterns I drew, right? I had a little trend line I drew there. So this being the case of this other level that it stalled at, this trend line, I took it for the break right here short, and just held it. It was a pretty slow mover. It wasn't necessarily going to flush or whatever. But yeah, you just kind of just be patient and watch and wait it. You see here, it just channeled and wedged a little bit, and it broke and then it broke this wedge. And it came down, and it came down to another low level. Took a cover. At this point, my stop is pretty much at entry, a little bit above my entry, so it stops up here. And so just gotta be patient, right? I'm trying to be better about sticking to my rules, sticking to my stops. So I had my stop, and I just kind of watched this. I not even watched it. I had my stop in. I looked at other trades. This is something I'm finding very useful, and I recommend to you guys. You get into a trade, you should have your stop and targets in, at least your first target. Put those in, look away and focus on other stocks, because by looking at it and just staring at it, you're going to psych yourself out. You're going to get inside your own head. You're going to find a reason to exit early. That's something I've done before, and you always, exit at the wrong time. So I had my stop in, my first profit I already took, and I just kind of looked away at other things. And you see here on the pattern, I just kind of wedged sideways, but this is a bearish consolidation pattern. It's very slowly grinding its way higher. It's peaking out here. So again, if you're a trendline person, I'm a very big trendline person. You draw this trend line for these bottom wicks touching, and if you weren't short yet, you take a short right there. That's a great short opportunity. And as you see here, even when it tried to bounce back, it wouldn't have gotten back up to your entry. And then this would have been a place to add, right? If I was watching the stock like closely, I probably would have added here. But again, so those are trades, if patterns to recognize for possible trades. But then, yeah, I had my levels drawn out, my support resistance. I put an order to cover here at above 83, above the whole number. It did eventually go down and get close to tapping this support line, but I didn't have a cover down there. And then I just had to, as it made a new low, it tried to push up higher. It came back down. I moved my stop down to here. Then it came back up and got me out. So that was my trade on Shack. Very happy with the trade. Obviously, wish I had gotten it up here, but you can't capture the meat of the move on all of them. Now, the big trade, the very cool trade that I want you guys to, that I think you'll appreciate, is NYT. NYT was a stock that was not on my watch list in the morning. I had no idea what it was doing, why it was dropping, but this is a catch the falling knife trade, right? But catch a falling knife has a negative connotation in that you're being stupid if you do it. Not necessarily. If you know what to look for and you know what you're doing and you're patient, catching a falling knife can be a very profitable trade, right? So NYT, again, I'm not even going to pretend I knew what the news was on this, because I didn't. It was selling off. It was dumping. For whatever reason, it was dumping. Didn't know, didn't look at it, had no idea why. But later in the morning, I'm scanning for new stocks, for new plays. I stumble across NYT. I'm like, oh my God, this thing's selling off. It's been in an uptrend, right? Obviously here on the daily, it's been in a general uptrend, which is important, right? It's been in a general uptrend. So there's been buyers, people who like the stock. It's a legit company, right? It's not some $2 stock, right? It's a legit company. People are buying it. People like it. For whatever reason, it dumped today, right? But as I started looking at it, it was trading around this area, right? All you gotta do is look left on the chart, right? And what did I see? I saw this pivot high right here. So I drew my support resistance line and I just kind of waited and I stalked it and it kept on kind of chugging down. The other key thing to notice about this is that, you know, it's starting to slow down, right? As it gets down here, it's starting to get choppy, right? It's starting to struggle. It wants to hold, break slower. Chopping sideways, wants to hold, break slower. It's slowing down, right? The sellers are getting exhausted, right? There's nobody selling. There's nobody else to sell, right? All the sellers are done. So as it got down here to this support line, it bounced, right? Let me zoom in here a little bit so you guys get a better view, right? So it bounced. So I was waiting for it to bounce. I wasn't going to try to, you know, buy it down here and hope and pray. No, that's legit catching the falling knife. I was going to wait for confirmation. So it bounced. It broke up above this candle wick high, this previous candle wick little area. And so I took it long, right? And it gave me some resolution. It started to push higher, but it stalled out at the 20 EMA. It came back down and I stopped myself out, right? No problem with that trade. You know, it just didn't work out, but I'm very happy with the management of it. I did mess up a little bit. I did get my emotional. Came back down here to this support area. Big bottom candle wick. Very bullish sign to go long, right? So I got long here. And again, it kind of rejected off the 20 and came back down. And I psyched myself out. I stopped myself out for nothing, for a penny or two. And but then I immediately got right back in because I realized I was stupid. That was a stupid stop. Stop should have been down here. So recognizing that I was getting emotional, that stop was out stupid, I went long again. And thankfully this time it showed me some resolution and is grinded back higher. It was a beautiful move, a beautiful bounce, right? And I just scaled out into half and whole numbers, quarter numbers on my way up. I had a fairly large position size on it. And so I had plenty of shares to sell and take profits on. So yeah. And the other reason why I love these moves like these, I don't play these bounces very often. It's something I want to incorporate more into my repertoire, to my playbook. But the reason why these plays are so great is because obviously with this dump, there's a shit ton of people short, right? People who got in short up here, people who got in short here for the break of this consolidation, shorting, just selling. And there's some people even who, you know, were chasers who got short here and got short here, right? So you have to know that when these stocks bounce, right, it's a support line. So if you were short, you're looking to cover down here, right? So it's getting bought back up. Then as it starts to break these levels, these people who got short late are getting out, right? They're losing money, so they're getting out. They're covering. They're taking their losses. They're getting out. So there's the shorts that are taking the profits, and then there's the shorts who are getting squeezed out, right? And so that's why these bounce moves are so beautiful, because it's just so solid and consistent. This was just pretty much nothing but green on the way back up to VWAP, right? I took the majority of my position off by VWAP. By this point, most of my position off. I had like an eighth, or yeah, about an eighth left over. I had set a trailing stop, a 50-cent trailing stop. Unfortunately, it did get a little whippy. So with this push, my trailing stop got moved up to here, came back down, and took me out. But the key thing I want you to take away from this is that, you know, there are very solid trades to take after the open, right? Late morning, afternoon, there are some solid trades. You just got to know what to look for, and you have to, you know, be diligent about your rules and sticking to them. So this was a very good, whatever you want to call it. I call it like a you know, catch falling knife trade, whatever, right? A bounce trade, whatever you want to call it. Short squeeze trade. That's also what this was. That was a short squeeze. But it was a very great trade. I'm trying to do these more often because they're very clean trades, right? Once you're in and you see the squeeze start to happen, you know what's going higher. So that's it. Those are two trades I thought you guys would appreciate today. Hopefully you found something useful and you learned something. If you like the videos, please like, subscribe, leave me a comment, hit that like button if you want to get more notifications of these future videos. And that's it. Hope you guys had a good day. I'll see you in the markets tomorrow. Later.